Okay, hello, my name is Heidi Chali Sanchez Rojas, and in this video, I will talk about one of the most danger, dangerous tough in the student life, procrastination. What is procrastination? Procrastination is the action of postponing or delaying the completion of tasks, making decision or fulfilling responsibility even when you are aware that this can bring negative consequences. Is is the typical "I'll do it tomorrow" attitude, which over time can lead to a pattern of inefficiency and accumulation of stress. This behavior is not always linked to laziness or lack of organization. In many cases, is due to deeper causes such as anxiety, perfectionism, or fear of failure. The longer a task is delayed, the more complicated it's become to start, which can generate a cycle of procrastination that is difficult to stop. One, Once the concept of procrastination is understood, it is important to identify the possible causes that generate it is a student in order to be able to face and overcome them effectively. Causes that generate procrastination in students. There are several reasons why students them to procrastination in most of their obligations. Many of them related to emotional, cognitive, and contextual factors. Fear of failure is one of the most common. The fear of not meeting expedition can lead us to avoid the task or altogether, with the belief that if we don't try, we cannot cannot fail either. Perfections also plays a role. Those with overly high standards them to procrastination for fear of falling short of perfection, which sometimes causes a kind of um, blow, blocklet, known as paralysis by analysis, that is very common in college students. On the other hand, lack of motivation has a direct influence when where is not genuine interest or clear purpose behind an activity. The effort required to carry it out is perceived as burden, and therefore is postponed. In addition, the constant distraction of the digital era, such as social networks, notification, or external stimuli, make it easier to divert our attention and avoid focusing on what is really, really important. Poor time management also favors procrastination. absence of effective planning leads to relegating important tasks without establishing of a specific time to tackle them. Finally, stresses or excursions, both physical and mental, can generate a feeling of inability to cope with certain activity, which lead to avoid them as a defenses mechanisms against overload. Because it's necessary to overcome and change this habit in our life. So, as a student, it's common to face multiple responsibilities and assumes different role in our daily life. We are not only student behind each one of us. There is a young person how face personal work and social difficulties that is many occasions make studies take a back seat. For this reason, overcoming the habit of procrastination becomes essential, as I directly affects not only academic performance, but also emotional well-being, being and personal growth. When we procrastinate, we then to accumulate tasks, which increases stresses and reduces the quality of our work. This can translate into poor grades, frustration, and shift away from our long-term goals. Changing this habit allow us to make better use of our time, meet our goals, and strengthens our self-esteem by showing our achievements through effort and perseverance. How to overcome procrastination? Mm, 1. Break down break down your task and define goal. One of the most common reasons why we fall into procrastination is that we find tasks too large, or too difficult to tell. To make them more accessible, break them down into smaller, more manageable chunks. As you complement each one, you will feel a sense of progresses that will encourages you to continue. 2. Apply the controlled time teaching can. Working for defined periods, such as 25 minutes, wide of interesting as sugar test by the Pomodoro method, can be very effectively than take a short break. This method helps combat mental exhaustion and make it easier to start tasks without feeling like you have an endless day ahead of you. 3. Meaning 3. Minimize distraction. Detect which elements distract you most often. and limit them while you work. Turn off notification, avoid using social networks, or set up an exclusive space to concentrate. An environment free of interesting will allow you to move forward more efficiently. 4. Motivate yourself with small rewards. And 5. Take care take care of your physical and emotional well-being. Thank you very much for your attention.